Hi, so today we're obviously talking about counselors who are disciplined by the state board. I am from Idaho, and so I looked at the Idaho different cases of Idaho counselors and their disciplines. The theme that I saw was counselors who had sexual relations with their clients. In one case, there was a counselor who entered into a client relationship with somebody that they were previously in a sexual relationship with. Obviously, that is breaking an ethical code, and not all of the ones on the list were ethical code breaking, but they were certainly in need of discipline. Um, what I found a theme was most of them were breaking ethical laws. The one that I was honestly surprised to see was that some of the counselors who didn't seem to even know that they were violating ethical laws, some of them seemed very obvious to me. The first on the list was a counselor who entered into a bartering relationship, which the bartering relationship in itself doesn't break the ethical laws or codes, but it was during the bartering relationship, in exchange for her labor, his client, she was receiving counseling, and that is when they entered into a sexual relationship. And I feel like that was not very well thought out, especially not for the safety of his client. He didn't have his client's self-interest at heart. The second one was a female counselor who was sued because she didn't turn over information to a following counselor after her that she referred her clients to, and she didn't pass information to the next counselor in a timely manner, and so she was sued for that. I was kind of surprised for that, but I guess you can be sued if the clients don't feel that their needs are met. In the case of the first man in the bartering with the sexual relation, his discipline was that his license was revoked. The woman who was sued for the information not being given over in a timely manner, her discipline was more education. The codes that match these, and this first one is American Counseling Association 2014, code A5A, which talks about sexual and or romantic counselor client interactions, talking about how you cannot enter into a client counselor relationship with people who are you family with or who you have a sexual relationship with. Code A5B is previous sexual and or romantic relationship counselors. Similar, you can't enter into a client relationship with somebody who you're currently having sexual relations with. Sorry, my phone is slipping. And the third code that I found was A10E, that has to do with bartering. And it just says that bartering is not against the ethical codes, but as long as you feel that it is in a professional way and it is accepted in your community. As far as impairment goes, the AACA Code of Ethics talks about impairment and how counselors just need to be aware of their own impairment and also need to be looking out for other counselors and notice if they have any impairment issues. But if you notice it in yourself as a counselor, then you need to just take a step back professionally, and you need to work out your issues until you can become able to counsel again. The question this poses for me is what impairment looks like, and is it the same all across the board, all across the United States? Is it different for where you work, or is impairment impairment?